So, hello everyone. We will start a new chapter, that is chapter 5, Laws of Motion. Remember, this is a very important chapter in view of your higher classes, that is class 10, class 11, class 12. So, before going into this chapter, we know from class 7 or 8 you have learned there are state of any substance, not solid, liquid or gas, that is rest, state of rest, and another is state of motion. Remember. So, what is state of rest? When a body is not changing its position with respect to the surrounding, then the body is said to be in a state of rest. And what about motion? When a body changes its position with respect to the surrounding with time, then it is called in a state of motion. And rest and motion are relative term, means you know that when you are standing on a station and some rail or any moving object passes by, you can see that object is going on, that is in motion. But when both the person are inside the train or a bus, and the bus is moving, then it is known as both the person with respect to one another, they are at rest. So rest and motion are relative terms, remember, and this depends on the reference frame, means where you are seeing that motion. So we'll know more about all those things. So from this motion chapter, Sir Isaac Newton gave us 3 laws, that is first law, second law and third law of motion. In this chapter we will discuss those laws. So first, before going into this, we will start with force. So we all know force is the external cause which can move the body, that is, which if applied on an object, the object moves. So, and if force is applied opposite to the direction of motion, then that force will stop the object. So, force can change the state of rest or the state of motion depending upon the direction in which the force is applied. If the force is applied in the direction of the motion, then the body will move or body increase its velocity. And if the force is applied opposite to the direction of motion, then the body will stop. So this is force. And remember, from when a body is at rest, say a body is at rest, when unless and until if you are not applying force on that object, the body will remain in the condition of rest. And if you apply some force on the body, and if there is no frictional force or any other resistive force, that body continues to be in a state of motion. That is the Newton's first law of motion. So according to the first law, the body in a state of rest. So I am not writing the definition of first law. So the first law of motion, the basic thing is the body is at rest. The body at rest will be at rest, and the body in motion, continues. Body in motion continues to be in a state of motion, So remember, these two conditions applies unless and until an external force is applied on it. So unless an external force is applied on it, remember this, it is called first law of motion. So when a body is at rest and no force is applied, no external force is applied on the body, the body continues to be in a state of rest, and the body in motion will be in a state of uniform motion. Remember, I am using the word uniform motion. So, this is a typical phenomenon. Remember, this is a typical phenomenon, means the body at rest will be at rest, the body in motion tries to be in a state of motion. So, this is the property of the body. Remember, this property of the body, this property of any substance is called a new term to you, inertia. This is called inertia. So what is inertia? The body in rest or the body at rest will tries to be at condition of rest. The body in motion tries to be in a state of motion. This property of a body is called inertia of the body. Remember, inertia can be classified into two basic categories. So when the body is at rest, then this type of inertia is called inertia of rest. Remember, when the body at rest, it tries to retain its condition of rest. So this is called inertia of rest. See the next point. The body in motion continues to be in a state of motion. So this property of the substance is called inertia of motion. Remember. So inertia is a property by which a body at rest tries to be in a condition of rest. The body in motion tries to be in a state of motion.